Hey everyone. Sorry for being a little late. I'm having a bit of technical difficulties with my sound from some reason. So let me know if you're hearing any echoes or like if you can hear me at all. Um, and if it's okay for you, it's okay for me. If there's issues, then I'll figure it out as quickly as I can. I'm not sure what's going on. It's usually fine, but you know how it is. Hey, Kara. Can you hear me okay? Okay, no echo. So it's just me, which is basically, it basically means that I have voices in my head, which I guess is kind of the normal thing. Yeah. Anyway, sorry about that. Hello again. Let's start from the beginning. How are you all? Um, I am, as usual, a little bit out of breath because I was prepping last minute. But that's the normal thing. That's fine. And I do have some very exciting progress report. So I think I'll just get right to it. So I'll split the screen with my desk. You can see this is our parlor. We'll be back with it in a minute, and I hope the walls will not fall again. Look at that! We have a dining room. I'm gonna turn it around as usual, very slowly. Because otherwise the walls will fall. I think that you can see it a little better from this angle. So as you can see, maybe let's see if I can play with this. I think that this light is actually doing more damage than help, so I'll turn it off. But yeah, so we have a dining room, or more accurately, we have the walls from the dining room. And you can see I've done as a little design in the floor. I might very gently excuse the fallen walls when they'll happen, because it will happen. Just bring it up so you can see the floor. I will post pictures of it afterwards. There goes the wall. But yeah, so you can see that I played a bit with kind of the walls to have to basically create this little separation, because as you might recall, right here we have the stairs that go down to the kitchen. So this is sort of a servant area, because it connects to the kitchen. And so the dining room, like the full area where they host, that's the word, is actually this triangle. So basically I use the flooring to kind of create a pattern that's almost like a carpet, because you don't really want a carpet in your dining room. There's soup and wine and stuff, not the best combination with carpets necessarily, even though they're not the ones doing the cleaning. But then so I did this separation with the floor. So in here there's more of it's a pretty floor, but it's a different design, and it's like a more what's the word, simple design, I guess, in comparison to even the parlor's floor. And then for the walls, it was kind of a last minute decision, but basically I figured that if there's separation with the floor, there should be a bit of a separation with the walls as well. So the wallpaper, and we did kind of plan this part. Remember when I asked you which color to go with? And you can't really see in this slide, but I actually trying to see if at a certain angle you'll catch it. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but basically I did color the wall in this how do you call it, the blue egg, bird egg, I don't remember, but it's like a bird's egg blue. And I don't remember exactly how it's called. I know which ink I used. It's called Speckled Egg, but that's specifically the shade that Tim Holtz does. So it's not the actual color name, but it's basically the color. And then I went over it actually with a very light kind of brown or cream color on top, so it catch the design, the pattern of the wall, and it also gives the whole thing a bit of, on the one hand, a warmer color, because this blue has a bit of a sort of greenish undertone, I guess. I don't know. But also it just looks older, which is kind of the point. And then I have the big kind of panel of wood at the bottom. And I decided to basically take this pattern and cover the entire wall on this side. So, so it fits very well. Like if you look from, I'm trying to see, yeah, so if you're like a guest, and you come into the dining room and you're sitting around here, if you see this wall, then it does match very well, but it's also very obvious that it's separate. And I have this idea of doing a little folding screen that will stand basically in here. So like when they have guests, they will actually have a folding screen that completely hides this area, this serving, trying to put my serving area, from the view of the guests. So yeah, that's basically it. But oh yeah, actually, one more thing that happened. I don't know if you remember, but I'll tilt it a little bit. But I actually changed the design of this floor wall, and this wall fell down. We'll take it away. But yeah, so thank you. I'm glad you like it. So as you might recall, we had a bit of a door debacle when I realized that I made the doors too small. And these two openings are basically doors as well. They're like doors, like French doors, basically for porches. Or a porch. I'm not sure if there'll be one or two on this outside, but and they were too small. You can actually maybe, I'm trying to see if there's an angle. Wait, I can take it out. Aha, okay. Because I don't really want to tilt it the other way. But basically, if we look at, you can see that there were two windows up here and a little and the doors were shorter. Well, shorter? Yeah, lower, shorter. I don't know. Anyway, they were not big enough. So I canceled the windows and made these arch doors higher. And the good thing about working with layers is that you just put this in and no one will ever know, except everybody that watches this video. But anyways, point is, it's fixed, it's done, it's good. So this is the dining room. And we will be working on it perhaps even next week, because I'm kind of excited about the idea of doing the folding screens. So we might do that next week. But today we are still here in the parlor that has lost both its wall. Oh no! Everything fell down. But It's the parlor. And so my plan for today was, let's admit it, I've changed my plans, but I'll explain in a bit, was to do curtains. And last week it was actually you and Kala that had the idea of doing them in gold. So I did start working on the gold sort of material to work. Basically, what I did is glue this. Oh, let me show you. I have this gold. It looks so desaturated in the camera. It's more saturated. It's very yellow gold, but it's a tissue paper in gold color. And I glued it over two types of fabrics. Basically, this is just tulle. It's black tulle. And this is just cotton, and it's white cotton. And you can see already what a huge difference it gives. And the idea behind this is that one of the problems when you do curtains with in miniatures is that, well, curtains in general, the idea is that the fabric needs to be heavy to kind of hang very heavy. And in miniatures, the less fabric you have, the more issue you get. And in miniatures, you obviously have very little fabric and everything is falling down. I'll just ignore it now. So I've glued this in order to get to a point basically that I can actually just sort of fold the material and it will hold shape because of the glue. I'm considering adding some sort of pattern on top, but here's the thing. We can do curtains. However, right before I started, like when I really started prepping for the live, I took a gander in my calendar. That sounded weird. And anyway, and I've realized that today is a call day. And I mean, we're building a haunted mansion, and it's a call day. And I do think that means we should do something occultish, or fitting with a theme. And curtains, not so much. So, my suggestion is that the curtains will return next week. So I'm not going to do the folding. Okay, we'll see about if they'll probably come back next week. And today we'll do something that will be fitting with the day. So, so I have a couple of ideas of what to do, and we'll probably just kind of go through as many of them as I can, because it's fun. So one idea is to do a crystal ball, a teeny tiny crystal ball, because, if they're doing like a seance and stuff in the parlor, it fits that they might have a little crystal ball somewhere. I was considering doing like a Ouija board, I think I'll actually do a copy of the game, the box game of the Ouija board, the original one. I just need, but it's one of those things that's not exactly complicated to do, but I might do it in another live if you want me to show it. Just because it's fun. I think it'll be cool to have it. And it's very fitting that in their parlor, there'll be like a Ouija board game. So I'm thinking of, just doing really the vintage one. The other thing I was thinking of doing is actually probably things that will go to the study, actually, but like take this kind of, I have all of these cool, that's the Egyptian one, and I have the rune design. This little, it's from the pins. I'll show you in a bit. And the idea is basically to make like little fragments or panels that could be probably be in the study in the end, but It just seems like a cool idea for things that they could have either on the walls in the study or just on a shelf somewhere. Some of them might even be not in the study. They can have it in the parlor. And I also I was going through my beads when I was looking for for something to make the crystal ball with. I know, I like all the ideas too. And I found this tiny little where are we? This tiny little owl bead. It's actually, this side is black and the other side is iridescent. And I think it would be a pretty cool, like, little statuette somewhere. So that's also an option. So lots of options. So I think I'll start with like playing around with these the plaques, the idea, because also they're going to require a few stages of like painting and stuff, and we'll alternate between them and maybe the crystal ball. Or maybe we should start with the crystal. Okay, I'll start with the plaques because they're already here on the table. So moving to full screen table, and we'll see how far we get. Yes. Okay. So, yeah, we have some runes. Really cool. And we have some like Egyptian hieroglyphs, and we can cut actually some of these little enclosures here to just cut them out. I also like the idea of basically just breaking it and having these kind of pieces of like a fragment of a wall. If you've been to museums where they have pieces from temples, any temples really, a lot of times they would have like wall reliefs that were broken. And the fun thing, so these are all of these patterns. They're all from a bunch of. I'm bringing them. Yeah. Okay. Wait. I had one out. No. Yes. It's a bunch of rolling pins that I have. This one. Where is your box? Yeah, that's the runes one. It's rolling pins from Green Stuff World. And the beauty in this case for me is that, hey, Sue. Yes. Anubis and Osiris. I think, okay, this is Anubis. I think this is Seth, but I'm not sure. Though it looks weird. I don't know. To be fair, also, I'm not entirely sure how much research they made, before making the designs of these pins. So they might be just for coolness sake and not necessarily accurate. I don't know that they, went and copied like a real temple. I think this one is Anubis and this one is Seth. I cannot remember right now what's the name of the guy that has the is it Heron face, and I think this is Matt, and this one, okay, I can't decide what's the face is, so it's a little hard to decide, but all of them are cool, that's for sure. But yeah, so, and I have some lovely, I don't know, Scandinavian runes, Celtic runes. Yes, that's the root. But yeah, so as I was starting to say, all of these pins, the design on them is stork, right? Thank you. The design is planned for miniatures for tabletop games, and they tend to be between 35 to 48 in scale. And that fits perfectly for the house that I'm making. So awesome. For a change, I can actually use something from the tools. I also have this one that has just a lot of cool symbols, and I think it would be a nice addition as well for like mysterious symbols. I think I might just, cut out one of those, like those circles here with the symbols. I really like this one here, and we can play with them a bit. But yeah, so I'm thinking what I want. So I have I have a whole bunch of these. A lot of them are actually it's leftovers from the Egyptian crypt that I made. I just made a whole bunch of these pieces. Yeah. And then they got I didn't use them in the end. Okay, so I'm going to cut out, for example, this little one here. I'm just going to use my knife to cut it out. It can be a little bit tricky, but yeah. And after cutting it out, so the clay that I'm using, I can show you in a minute which one it is. It has, I don't know, it's an air dry clay. And I've been told by other people that use it that my experience with it is unique. But my experience with it is that it's almost never completely dries. And something that is apparently not so unique is the fact that if you wet it, basically it does soften. So after I'll cut a few of these like plaques, the designs that we want to work with, I'm going to put some collage medium on top so that when we paint them with whatever we want to paint them, I don't need to worry about it softening and losing the design. Okay. If I hadn't thought of it last minute, I would have probably done it with polymer clay because then I don't need to worry about it. But too late. Okay, so with a Celtic one, should we do the circle? I can do both. I was going to ask you if I should do the circle or just kind of a plaque with runes, but we can do both. So why not? So yeah, I'm just going to just pretty as careful as I can go around the circle and cut it out. This one I did actually make right before the live, or I don't know, half an hour before. So the clay is not completely dry, which means that it's a little easier to cut through. So yay on that, I guess. But yeah. Just cutting this out. There we go. Almost. Apparently did not do a good job up here. And yeah, I think, considering the family we're dealing with, gloss gel. I might do gloss gel in the end, but this one, I'm not sure if it's dry enough to send it. I might do gloss in the end, but a lot of these, for me, like in my mind, it's meant to be stone. So I don't want it to be glossy. Of course, if you're painting it, then you don't need to worry about it too much. So yeah, so this is it's not dry enough to kind of just break it. So I actually need to cut it. Oh no. And I'm just kind of randomly cutting it. It's supposed to be a fragment. That's why I like actually using dry ones that I can just, break. And it unsurprisingly looks more like a broken thing. You do hear an echo. Okay. Okay. So maybe I think it might depend whether, like, how close I am to my phone, because that's the criminal. He's the one making the problems with the echo. So maybe if I'll try to distance my head from it. Okay. Well, I'm glad that it's not bothersome to anyone but me. So that's good. Okay, so that's actually kind of a big fragment. I think that I'll cut it a bit more because I want to be able to have a lot of stuff on our wall. So I'm actually gonna just kind of create amount. Yes, I am on screen. Good. I'm just using the knife to sort of create a crack, and then I can break through it. And actually liked how it looked when I did the crack thingy. So I'm gonna add one right in the middle. Although I think that for that it might be a good idea to use actually something that is a bit less sharp, or at least in some places I'm going to widen it a bit using the die pick. Yep, that looks like a broken plaque. Happiness. Gonna do this. There we go. Nice and broken. Okay. This one is just really delicate. I might take another piece. See, this is fun. It really just breaks so easily. And yeah, we have a plaque. That was quick. Okay. So I will try to remain distant from the phone as much as I can. It's a little hard because it's right above my workspace. But yeah. Okay, so we have, I'm gonna use this one, I think. And I don't know, these guys might be a bit too big. I don't know if we'll have room for them in the study, so I'm gonna leave them alone for now. If we will have room for them once we get to the study, or somewhere else, I don't know, maybe we can put them in the parlor. What do you say? Do you think we should have like a giant Egyptian picture in the parlor somewhere? Could be cool. And I wanted to cut from here. What was it? There you are. Just oop, let's go on the screen. That would be helpful. There you go. This is dry clay, so I do need to use a little bit more force to kind of cut through. Ooh, it might not be perfect, but I'm okay with that. It's remnants of weird, unknown cultures. Ooh, that's true. The attic. Okay. Okay. So I think Seth and Anubis would be fitting on the wall somewhere in this house. So we will cut them out in a bit. I'm having a bit of a problem getting this one out because it's so small. And also, specifically, this piece of clay is a bit thicker than the other ones. So, okay, it's not going to be a circle. Did it cut through? Yeah, pretty much. Okay. I think I can actually probably push it out this way, but... Okay, now it's going through. Kind of doing it in the air because I don't want to... because doing it on the glass directly will dull the knife, and I don't want to do that. I just replaced that. Okay, there you go. I knew you could do it. That's pretty cool. Sand it a bit. And again, it's one of those things that it's actually... Ooh, that was a lot of noise. It's actually a little... Like, I like it when it's a little uneven because it makes it look more like... yeah, some old mysterious find from some tomb somewhere or something. You know, maybe something they got from their ancestors, the cult leaders. Ha ha ha. Okay. Let's get back to Seven and Nubis here. So it's a little... it's not the best impression actually, because for some reason it's not straight here in the bottom, but I think it'll work. We'll make it work. So I'm just cutting the panel out, and I might just kind of break it at the bottom so it would look a little you know, like there was something more there, and maybe it would make the... Now the the unevenness of the bottom is very obvious. I'm gonna just try and find an angle to cut it in a way that will not be too bothersome. I might have to cut Seth's foot a little bit. I think it'll be okay. Good enough. Let's cut it all the way. There we go. Yeah, that should be fine. Just sand it a bit. That is a big plaque, but it's a big house. We'll find room for it. Okay, so, you know, we might add more of these later, but for now, let's start collage medium them. That's a very weird way to put it. Okay, I want to put collage medium on them before I put any paint on. Just cleaning the dust a little bit. Yeah, actually wipe it a bit. And I'll put the non-stick mat down so I can put the collage medium quickly. Actually, yeah, it's just really annoying on camera for some reason. It's so weird. And yeah, because these are small items, I'm going to use a very small brush actually, but it's big enough and just, yeah, very quickly go over all of it. If it's not uh, perfect, I'm fine with that, really. If some of the details are a little bit damaged, again, this is supposed to be a piece of antiquity that, I don't know. I mean, they're preserving it, but it's not exactly a museum. I don't know, experts taking care of it. So they might have made some mistakes. So, okay. Um, yeah, so I'm going over the sides. I will actually go over the back as well before we paint it, but I'm basically going to do the faces to all of them, all the pieces, and then hopefully by the time I get to the last one, the first one will be dry to the touch and I can do the back. This is just to seal it as much as I can before I do anything with paint or ink or whatever we feel like it. Oh, yes, exactly. That is the beauty of doing things that are vintage and ancient. You break it, it's cool. It just adds a little to, it adds authenticity. So that's good. Okay. And the little room tablet. Um, this one is actually, I can feel that the clay is still a little bit wet, so I'm not sure if I'll paint it today. It might be better to wait with it until it's dry completely. But we'll see, because sometimes putting the collage medium can, it seals it from the outside, and that's good enough for to continue the process. So we'll see how it goes. This one is really tiny. Okay. Ooh. Go getting into all the crevices. Oh, throwing it down on its face. That's how we do it sometimes. Go. And this one could also be a cool thing to be, I don't know, on the wall. Ooh, somewhere. Okay. See afterwards. I hope that, yeah, because this is, again, it's from the rune piece, so it's not completely dry, and I really hope that it actually kept the details of the words around. But if not, I'll just remake it. It's fine. It's not exactly difficult when you have those pins. It's really helpful. Um, the work starts after you kind of, you make the pattern, and yeah, then you can play. That's the fun part. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if, yes, I think we can. It's one of those, it's not dry completely. I'm not going to start painting it yet, but it is dry enough to the touch that I can, paint the back with the collage medium and put it on its face to dry without worrying about it being damaged in any way. Partly also because I'm working on a non-stick mat, so it's not going to stick. Ha! Useful thing. Okay. So that's that. Oh my goodness. 40 minutes in. Oh. Sorry about that. Okay. So I'm actually not sure we'll get to painting these. Because we're gonna move to trying to do a crystal ball now, I think. Yeah. Don't escape. Okay. So that covers everything with glue. Now I'm gonna just take it with the nonstick mat, put it aside to dry, and sorry, just bringing a baby wipe to wrap my brush till I need it again. And we'll put these aside, and let's try figuring out a crystal ball. Now, generally speaking, the best thing to, the best way to make a crystal ball is a tiny crystal ball is a marble. However, even the smallest marble that I could find was way too big for the size of this house. So I'm going to use beads or a bead. I've kind of searched my stash, and I think these were the best ones I could. Oh yeah. So the solution I found, and I'll try. I hope you can see it because it's clear, so it's gonna be hard. But it's a focus. Oh, look at the glue on my finger. Anyways, it's a drop bead. So basically, it's a little squirt. Oh, don't come back here. Oh no. Maybe if I'll hold it with my tweezers, you can see it better. I feel like you're catching so much more noise than normal. Let me know if I'm right. Can you hear me digging through my stuff? This is just weird. But okay. So, haha. Now you can see that it's kind of squished to the bottom. Yeah, it's a teardrop bead. So the idea would be basically that the drop part of the teardrop. We need to focus on the right thing. Focus. And usually you can't hear it, right? So it's weird with the sound. Okay, I'll figure it out. Not today, as long as it doesn't bother you too much. I just have no idea why it's catching things so strongly. But anyways, back to our teardrop bead. The problem with using a bead usually is that you have the hole and you don't really want a hole in your crystal ball. I mean, it might disturb the prophecies of stuff, the readings. So, but with the teardrop one, basically what I'll do is that I'll build a base. And because it has this kind of squished shape, this part, the part with the hole, can go straight into the base, and then you won't see the hole. And you get a little crystal ball. So that's our idea. Now, I think I'm actually going to leave it right here on the tweezer because it's easier to find. And to create the base, I think I'll use some metal rings. I believe that I'm going to do it away from the camera because you can probably hear every little dig I do into this stuff, and that's not how it's supposed to be. I hope it's not too annoying. Is this the same size? Yeah, that's the same size. I'm trying to check if I have one that's even smaller. I don't think so. I have that. So let's see if it's a good size. If not, we'll just make rings. Taper down, part down into the base. Exactly. Thank you. So yeah, this would be. I do believe it's perfect. I think. Yeah, it is. I'm excited. I don't know about you, but I'm truly excited. Okay, I'm going to take two rings, glue them one on top of the other to have this little cool little base. I'm gonna. Yeah, there is no way that you'll be able to see what I'm doing like this. Just a second. It's so tiny. Okay, we'll bring this box that I have here. It's too shiny, but it does bring things closer to the camera. Look at that. You can almost see what I'm doing. Sort of, maybe. No, my phone definitely wants to hide things, I think. Okay. Um so yeah, I'm just bringing my pliers because these rings are a little bit open, so I need to close them down. I'm trying not to make too much noise because for some reason today it catches all the noise, which is very annoying. So that's one. And that was two. I have no idea where the ring is now. Okay, I'll get another one. Sorry about that. It went offline. Okay. Another ring. It's so weird that it suddenly catches all the sound. Okay, flattening it in my plier after I closed it. That's good. And I'm gonna need my non-stick mat again. Because I'm basically going to just do. Let me see if we can do this. Just a sec. Just putting it up here. Yeah. Okay. Because you can see that I've used it quite a bit, huh? Because the idea would be to basically put glue kind of in, on the first ring, glue the other one on top, and then just sink the bead right into it. So yeah. So the non-stick mat will be very helpful because otherwise the whole thing will stick to my table, which is not so useful. So I'm just getting a nice little blob of glue from my heavy body gel. I need tweezers. Sorry, I'm gonna dig in my box again because I want these tweezers. And they'll just help me kind of hold things in place. I'm basically sort of filling in the ring with glue. Okay, we'll take the other ring, place it right on top of this one. Right on top, I said. Okay, I'm trying to place it back on the table so you can possibly, maybe, see what I'm doing. It seems useful. Okay. Oh, it's gluing to my fingernail. Less useful. That's better. Okay. So that's a nice base. Now we're just taking this bead and I'm just going to stick it right in. And that is basically our crystal ball. Yeah. The rings just sort of slide off each other, so I'm playing with that a bit and also making sure that the bead is inside sort of straight, so so it doesn't look like it's not wonky, basically. um let's see. So, okay, I'm gonna leave it for a second. I will bring it to the camera, closer to the camera in a bit. It's really hard to see with the weave of these. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, so what I wanted to show you also is that my plan is to, after the glue dries, I want to go to put, okay, I'll just a sec. Okay, let's see if I can put things in camera again. Sort of like this. Oof, the weave is so annoying. Yeah, but basically what I wanted to, look at that. That is the crystal ball. It's so tiny, it's ridiculous. But yeah, so I'm going to use one of these Nuva drops on the crystal ball. I believe you can see even in the camera that they have this iridescent color. Let's see if I can catch it. Yes. And when it dries, it's even nicer. I think maybe if I'll bring the tops, you can see if it focuses. Yeah. So you can see the coloring. This one's a little pink, like purple pink. This one is a bit greenish. This one is, I think, the most neutral I have, but it also kind of, it's a little pinkish. So what do you think should be the color of our crystal ball? Do you think it should be more greenish or more purplish? So it is pearly in a way, but it has an iridescent pearl. I guess it's really hard to see through the plastic. I'm trying to catch it in the light. You know how it is. Well, when we get pictures, I think maybe from here you can see. So it's, so it means that it is purple. Sorry, it is pearly, but it has this different colorations playing, which definitely looks a lot more magical. So yeah, I agree with the greenish. And the idea would be to do a very thin layer of this. The other option is to try and use these pearl colors from Amsterdam. You can see here on the black. It also has this is a single color pearl. So I tend to go for the iridescent color for this one. I think it feels more magic-y, so I think we'll go with that. That's true. The purple might not work too well with the red wallpaper. Although, to be fair, it's seriously tiny, so I don't think that's gonna make that much of a problem. Um, Okay, so let me see if I can gently pick it up and show you. Ooh. Yeah, there's a little hair or something attached to it. Please ignore. But yeah, look, we have a teeny tiny crystal ball. I'll try to put it on the side so you can see it. I'll probably, once it's completely dry, I can also go over the black rings that we used for the base to give them um, a bit of color to make it just more interesting. But yeah, have a crystal ball. I'll put it here. I don't think I need the. Oh dear, so much noise today. But yeah, so let's see. We had our tiny crystal ball, and we have some nice blacks that I'm gonna paint afterwards, I guess. I'm kind of thinking just, stone colors. So let me go back on screen. So we're in the sum up part, so I can be here on screen. Hello. So for the Egyptian ones, I think I will go with, the sandy color that is associated with kind of Egyptian tombs. For the more Celtic ones, I might go with more gray stone. So it feels more like, pieces of stone that have been engraved into. Again, at least for me, that's more associated with Celtic things. This one, I don't know, because it's got nothing to do with any specific culture, to be honest. So I might color it in. Maybe we'll go with like a greenish color, trying to make it look like jade or something. I'm not entirely sure if. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if I'll keep this one or I'll actually do it again with polymer clay because the cutting on this one is a bit. So we'll see. But yeah, so that's about it for. Ooh, I just kicked the table. I'm sorry. That's about it for today. I think it's been a fitting chapter for Occult Day. I'll post photos of these afterwards. I mean, I don't know. Nah, we're like, yeah. Uh, um, I'm very much tempted to paint it, but I will do that later. And we have some progress for we have the dining room. So for next week, we can either continue with the parlor and finally do the curtains, or we can go to the dining room and do something. But I don't know. I almost feel guilty with the curtains because it's the second week that I'm pushing it away. But curtains they're cool, but they're not necessarily interesting enough for something as Occult Day. So it just wasn't fitting today. What else? Yeah, I wanted to show you a little sneak peek because I can't wait to share it. But I've made a video, or I'm working on editing a video of this little guy, and I really, really love him. It's a tiny little shack in a dome. Just a sec. I don't know. Yeah, you can maybe see a little bit that it lights up. There's some. Oh, yeah, there it is. There's the light. So I made a video of making this, and I'm now editing it. I am sadly taking forever to edit things, so um, but hopefully it'll be out tomorrow or the day after. Fingers crossed. And thank you so much. And yeah, we'll continue with our mention next week. I'm not sure. I don't know. Does quick question whether you prefer curtains or to move away to the dining room. I don't know. I think that at some point, part of the idea is also to kind of jump around between the rooms. We don't necessarily have to stay with the same room all the time until it's finished. So let me know if you have an opinion. If not, then we'll see. It'll be a surprise. But yeah, thank you again for joining me. We will, we'll continue this next week. I hope that the video will come out soon. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And I do appreciate that you let me run with my whims. It's very kind of you. So yeah, I hope you'll have a wonderful week, a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you next time. And yeah, thanks again. Bye for now.